Welcome to the first entry of the AdventHero stories. Now, the first story will be about one of the most important, two of the most important characters in AdventHero, King Oxford and Strength Hunter. First, we will cut into King Oxford. All I remember is sounds, crashes, screams, a voice saying, "Everything will be alright." Present day. King, I've been quite lonely since my whole birth, and I feel weird. I don't see any other gem like me. I think I'm the only one who is an emerald. And yeah, that's my name, Emerald. I'm not too fond of the name, but it's what I got. I have two friends here, but I don't know, they're all like God. The first one he's been my rival ever since I first met him as a young one. Prince Marks, otherwise known as Bloodstone. He's the only one of his kind as well. Then, the girl, Amazonite, otherwise known as Queen Mia. She is my friend too. And admittedly, I kind of like her too. But we're friends for now. Life has been kind of hazardous because we're a part of the rejects. And we were told to never be seen by the gem drones. Now, everything has been fine. Well, until the day we ran into a fight. Aquamarine was being a jerk as always, but this time she had a bunch of jaspers with her. And topazes. Now, no hate against the topazes, but why? Why did they have to show up? We were being cornered, and I don't know, I didn't mean to blow up the entire alley. I don't know what giant monster I turned into, or why I all of a sudden had 4 arms. The first set of arms being slightly larger than the last. All I know is Aquamarine ran for it, and yeah, I entered trial. Now, the trial was kind of short-lived. Why? Well, Zircon kept asking me questions, and I just told her I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I managed to screech like a monster. And I do not know how I managed to create rock monsters. But I did. But the weirdest one she asked me by far was, why am I so different? And why do I sound like a different type of gem? I don't understand what they mean. But I do end up finding out a few years later. Then I'm called into trial. And this is where I start to tell you about the diamonds. They're a high-class gem. Basically the rulers. And we each have our preferences. Yellow diamond is the electric one. Blue diamond is the tearful one. Pink diamond is all about love. But the one I respect the most is white diamond. I like her controlling way. I like how she manages to keep all of us in line, including the other diamonds. But as I walked into that trial, I couldn't help but notice their faces. Blue Diamond's face was tearful, which is expected. Yellow Diamond just looked, I don't know, she just looked pissed. Pink Diamond had a confused look on her. But White Diamond looked like she was scared of something. I wouldn't be surprised if she was scared of me, but I would be sad. After a few minutes of talking, I had enough of the silence. I butted in and said, "My Diamond, I honestly don't know what came over me, but I promise you it will never happen again." Yellow Diamond said, "Either way, we have to figure out what to do with you. You're not like us. You're new." And I couldn't help but be disrespectful about it. I told her, "Well, no duh. I'm green. I'm an emerald. What did you expect? Another diamond?" Yellow Diamond was disgusted with me, but Blue said I was just confused and scared. Since when have I been confused and scared? I'm the exact opposite of that right now. I'm angry and just, well, I guess she was right about the confused, but I am pretty upset. I hear their mutters for a bit, and I don't catch everything of what they're saying, but one word I do hear is shatter. Now, here's a bit of information. Shattering is the death of gems. It's what makes a gem never return. And it felt like a death penalty. So of course, I got frightened. "Wait, you guys want to shatter me?" "What? No, we have no intention of doing that." "But I just heard y'all say it." "You heard very, very wrong. Are you trying to lie to me to make me feel better?" "No." Yeah, that's where I call BS. And memories just kept flashing through my head until it happened again. I destroyed everything in one swipe. I didn't expect it either. But 1 minute, I was calm. The next minute, I was just an electric gem. Of course, I had to run for it. I told all the rejects we had to hide that they were coming for us, and that starting today, all rejects were gonna get shattered. But when I looked for Prince Marks, the guy ditched me, left me. I felt betrayed. But I'm glad Amazonite didn't. Several years later, I've been living in this place. Apparently humans call it a planet. And they named it Earth 66. Not a bad name, I'll give them that. They're not really terrible at making names. But life just feels strange. Why are humans so squishy? And why are they so easy to throw? Don't ask. I just threw about 8 humans. I've lived in this place called an apartment, and I have to work for things, apparently. I've noticed that humans like to give each other green paper. They call it money. I think I said it right this time. Yeah, they call it money. And they seem to have something called a pet. Most of them do. Some of them like to bark, some of them like to meow. And that's actually kind of cute. I wish I had a pet. I was walking by the park today, and, well, I bumped into someone, which would be the 20th time I've done that, because I'm very clumsy here. We don't have any gravity in my universe, that's why. And the guy gets up. He looks extremely blocky, like most of his body is just a square. I say, my bad for bumping into you. "It's no big deal," he said with a gruff voice. At least he didn't break my phone, so you don't have to pay the phone bill for me. What's a phone bill? You'll learn soon enough. He looked strangely familiar to me. So, I asked him the dumbest question possible. I said, "Are you from another planet?" He seemed kind of uncomfortable, but he said yes. Yes, I am from a different planet. So, I asked him, "Did you hear crashes?" Yes. "Did you hear screams?" Yes. I was starting to get more excited as I said, "Did your parents say anything?" He said yes. Then I asked, "Strength Hunter? Emerald?" And so ends part 1 with two brothers reunited. Stay tuned for part 2. Please like and subscribe. It took a lot of time for me to think about this story, and I hope you enjoy. More will be coming soon, and soon enough, I'll be showing you the drawings I've made. Peace.